Early childhood services are often seen by families as a source of support for their parenting and a place where they can talk and readily access information. When parents feel confident and supported in their parenting, it contributes to the well-being of the whole family. Parenting is a key factor in promoting children's mental health.
Early childhood services have a great role to play in supporting families with parenting. It will look different in every service, of course, and for all sorts of families. But the opportunity when you're working with families' most treasured belongings, if you like, their children, you're in a trusted role, and you get opportunities to talk about how we go about growing our little kids.
Well, I think that early childhood services are in that wonderful position of working with families at a very, very important time in children's lives, and a time when the skills of parenting will affect that child's progress for the rest of their lives. And so we are very privileged in a way to share children's lives with parents during those very formative years, because we know that the foundations of that child's mental health and well-being are laid during those first 5 years. And so whenever we can do something, however small, to support parents in what is a very complex role, and that's bringing up their children to be healthy, happy, confident learners, whatever we can do, I think has a ripple effect. It supports those parents. It improves the mental health and well-being of the child by helping the parents. It makes a big difference to relationships, to confidence of parenting, to the community. I think it's an incredibly important and valuable role, and we should, as educators, explore any way we can to really act as a support for parenting. And so discussions about parenting are best if they're joint, shared discussions, and an acknowledging of each other's expertise. I think that's when it works best, when it's that kind of conversation.
Early childhood educators play a really important role in supporting parents in their parenting approaches and styles and responsiveness to their children. We know that parenting is a complex job. It's at times incredibly challenging as well as incredibly joyful, and educators walk with parents in that process. So I suppose in the first instance for educators, it's actually being a little bit mindful and aware of the various ways that parents undertake the role of being a parent, and listening again carefully to what parents tell you about their role as parents. But our job in a context of early childhood education and care setting is to respect the role that parents have with their children, and to, at times when it is appropriate, support and guide decisions that work in the best interests of children and their families. So it's about, and I think we have an ethical responsibility to do this as well as a very practical one, it's about listening and learning from families about their approach and offering genuine and respectful contributions to that conversation. Never in a way that tells a parent that they should be doing X or Y, but making sure that we're clear about the fact that there are many different approaches to parenting, and that they for the most part are incredibly successful in the raising of children who are strong and healthy, and that we see various ways of doing that, potential that change over the course of a child's life.
I always felt supported in the service, and they supported my actions as a parent. They helped congratulate the way that I had brought up the children in emotional well-being. The service tended to support my parenting style and helped allow me to be a working mother and help support me in the way that I would like to raise my children, because they play such an equal part in raising my children that they really allowed me to achieve the goals that we wanted to. They helped with toilet training, medical advice for when they were unwell. They provided us with the odd sleeping advice and behavioural advice. And it was really supportive and encouraging and exciting as well, to know that you are doing a good job and that it can be recognised by the service.
I think if you've got a partnership with a parent in relation to the care of their child, then it carves a pathway for parents to approach you about things they might be feeling that they're not doing very well, or things that they want their child to achieve. And checking in with the educator as an early childhood professional is a wonderful experience for parents. To check in and go, like, do you think it's okay for us to think this? Or I'm wondering whether or not we need to work on that. Or I'm really worried about her language development. Or, you know, he said or did this thing the other day that I was really worried about. I think if educators can get to that stage with parents, there's nothing better for children than two adults working together on something that's happening with that child, and then, you know, coming up with some solutions together that are really helpful.